can't tell if I am or
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right back.
not.
Keep telling the story.
Whatever.
She's getting something because she wants to hear more of your stories of your life.
That's about it.
That's your whole life?
That's about it.
Yeah. How about all your girlfriends?
Oh, I can't talk about them.
Yeah.
But, well, I know, the only thing I remember about, let's say my mother, she was the second oldest. There was, I'm trying to think of what the lady's name was. She ran off and got married at like 17.
Violet?
No, it wasn't Violet.
Well, she had interesting names. Violet and Hazel. And Hazel Gertrude. Like your Margaret Mary.
Well, there was a girl, and she ran off and got married.
Okay.
And it's like 17. And now, then my mother's mother, and, well, first my mother's father died, and he worked for like some type of transportation in Chicago or Gary, could have been. But, and then my mother's mother died. So that left my mother being the oldest that was still around. So she was like in charge of the family. And they did what she did, she said, because she's the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Oldest. And she always worked, she worked in banks. She was a teller most of her life. They'd always hire her because they knew she was so good at money. In fact, she always talks about the story. You've heard about the big bills. Big bills that they used to have. The bills we got now are small bills.
Oh, okay.
They used to have a bigger bills. And when the smaller bills come out, all the girls were complaining, we can't work with these. These are too little, the money. But the same size as it is now. And they have bigger, because sometimes you see transactions on old cowboy movies or some bigger bills.
That's so funny. I don't like foreign bills because they're like, some of them are shorter, but they're fatter.
Oh, they're taller.
Yeah.
And did you
So let's see, maybe my mother.
tell her how modern your mother and father were? Your father watched you.
Oh,
Your mother nursed you.
when I was born, I couldn't drink milk. Always been allergic to milk.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has ever seen me drink a glass of milk in their life. I just never drank milk. But at night, my mother would work in the clerical department on the steel manufacturing place called Doobie Boilers. Doobie Boilers was about 2 blocks away from where we were living. So every night, 4 o'clock, I guess I'm crying for milk. My dad takes me, this is the middle of winter, summer, whatever it was, takes me over, let my mother nurse me, then come back home, and then get up and go to work.
Oh, wow.
So they were pretty good kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they weren't kids, they were in their 40s then. You know,
What?
do that.
I
This
can't
is
imagine
surprise
kids
like
having
you.
kids in their 40s. You guys are crazy.
Oh, nobody's nuts. Let's see, my father was born in 97, and I was born in 40, so 43.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are spring chickens.
You were 42 when I was born? No, you were 41.
Yeah, and I was just, I turned 40 this afternoon.
Let's see what else. Oh, they used to have a place that, you could probably look it up. This is where they went on the weekends. It was a dance hall called White City.
That's when my father met my mother at White City.
Well,
What?
in Chicago, right?
In Chicago.
Well, there's that book Devil in the White City.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was one of the buildings from the World's Fair.
World's Fair. But
I don't
my
know.
mother was a,
A big dance hall.
what do you call the people that walk people around? A guide at the World's Fair in 1939.
Oh, cool.
What?
My mother was a guide at the World's Fair in 1939.
I didn't know we had a World's Fair
In Chicago?
in 1939.
Well,
I
whenever
don't know what
it
year
was.
it was.
I don't know when it was.
No,
She
you're
looks young. I
right.
should
I'm going to
look.
yell at her.
I don't know, honey. I'll look.
Your mother, by
But
that
she
time,
was. My mother was born in 11.
so she was 28 years old.
Oh, well, she would have been married by then.
It's the 1893 World Fair is what the book's written about. World
Yeah.
Columbian Exposition in Chicago.
Oh, that's when they built the Museum of Science and Industry.
Yeah, it's all like all 5 park. I swear one of those buildings is over by Comer.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it would be because.
Call it White City. See what it says.
White City Dance Hall, Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it. White City.
You had to wear a tie and everything. Probably.
It says here, White City was a recreational area located in Greater Grand Crossing and Woodland community areas on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Grand Crossing.
Grand Crossing.
That's
That's
right.
where I
around
grew up.
the- You grew up.
Grand
in-
Crossing.
Look at that picture. Can you see it?
They're not social distancing.
See how many, see everybody dressed up,
Yeah.
and see if it shows how big it was. I think it was a real big place. You know, like
That? Was it long?
oh yeah.
And
I was
like,
thinking, how many like 1,000 patrons or 2,000 patrons at a time.
That's on building it, so I can't really tell.
oh, that's where my parents went. And then there was a place, theater on Halsted, at 63rd and Halsted, that had, you walked in and there had swans, and live ones. Swans,
Oh my god, read this.
ducks.
It says the park had 2 ballrooms to hold as many as 1,000 dancers. Attendants strolled the dance floor to make sure dancers did not hold each other too closely.
It's like when I grew up, when we had dances, the nuns would come by and say, "Leave room for the Holy Ghost. Leave room for the Holy Ghost." Ladies,
So they had
one
1,000?
nun tell me,
1,000
leave room
dancers.
for your guardian angel.
That's a lot of people. 1,000 people dance. That was the place to be. Yeah, I guess it burned down or something.
Probably. All of Chicago burned down.
What was that in the probably early 30s, right? Late 20s?
Yes, they were saying 1922.
It was built in 22.
Yeah.
Well, my dad didn't get over here though until 26. Straight word action was I think.
My mother was 4 years younger. My father was 28. She was 24. My father was 28 when they got married.
Well, my dad wore a suit every day.
To work.
But it might be just an old, forgotten suit because he didn't work in an office then. And then he wore, what do they call them? If you had a hat, you were married. If you just had a tan, then you were single.
Oh, that makes life easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You don't gotta look for a ring on a
Instead of
finger.
going around looking at people's rings.
Did you see what Eric got me for our 10-year anniversary?
Oh.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got green down the side of it.
It's sapphire, my birthday. My birthday.
Ooh, there's a whole bunch of them too.
Isn't it beautiful?
Very nice.
It's an interesting shape.
Oh, you got a keeper.
Ah,
Yeah, he's a good kid.
yeah, he's a keeper. He's a keeper.
Little did I know.
Yeah. We just had 10 years. Didn't get to do really anything because of
7,
COVID.
10, 10. 7, 10, 10 comes and goes right by me. I knew it the whole time you got married. Because 7 10s were all these forms.
C-R-Y-I-N-G.
I had to key in 7
Because
10s.
we missed it.
The 7 10s are coming. 7 10s are coming. So I knew 7 10s. I knew that from day one. And then day 7 10 comes. Forgot
Yeah.
about it until what, 7 12 and
It's
finally
okay.
there.
I took that week off actually. I had that week off as just holiday. Hanging out at home with the family, in the pool. That was when we had Bill and Abby over for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there was a World's Fair from 1933 to 1934 in Chicago, called the Century of Progress Exposition, or the Chicago World's Fair.
What years did Mary was you?
1933 to 1934.
Okay.
That's the one my mother worked at. So she would have been
Well, my
22.
sister was born in 34, which they lived right on LA. They never told me where they lived. You know, from me and halfway to Jackie's from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never told us.
She lived in,
And anyway,
she
it's-
retired to Fairfield, I think it's called, Alabama. So
That's all right.
technically we drove by.
And we would have made amends. You know, there were hard feelings for a lot of years. But we would have made amends. I'm sure if my mom knew she lived that close, I wouldn't have been able to pull off the road or anything. Yeah, she was right there, and they never, let us know. I mean, it just wasn't right on their part.
Right.
And the one son became a priest. You know,
Yeah, we had,
it's
that's,
I talked to him,
interesting.
right? No, because you have another priest in
Stephen.
the family, right? Or a very religious
Stephen is a
man?
priest.
Mike on your
Michael.
side.
Michael McKenna,
Yeah.
yes. But,
Michael McKenna knows a lot of stuff. He's in tight with Kevin, our
He
Kevin.
is like a sports reporter. He was reporting from the Bears,
Right.
yeah, for a while. So whenever I went to Soldier Field for work, I would message him to see if he was there, but we were never there on the same day.
uh-huh.
He, okay, well, you were pretty good. He was just going to do something. Kevin told him he's doing something. I don't know if it was like opening day or.
Mm-hmm. For the White
I'll have
Sox.
to ask him.
He just moved to Ottawa,
He what?
Where's Ottawa?
somewhere in Illinois.
Oh, he never got married.
No, he just moved to Ottawa.
He's a year older than Tim.
He came
Maybe.
to our wedding.
Maybe 8 months older.
He came to your Ottawa. He's not in Canada.
You know how
is
he came to my wedding?
Yeah, Ottawa,
His
Illinois.
mother was bursting with him.
Oh yeah.
And then his father worked 99 hours a week, took a week off or 2 weeks off when she was due, and she didn't have the baby. He went back to work, and then he
I don't know what
then
he
she
did.
had the baby.
Oh, Ottawa is like west of Joliet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's south.
south.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, you know, you can't live in the south side. It's just, oh, Mom's a diehard Chicagoan, but
I like Valpo.
you have a
I'm so sad.
you have a
I'm
flat
sad.
tire, or somebody just bumps you, has a minor incident, and all of a sudden there's a commotion. You never know what's going to happen in Chicago. So,
I was
mean,
in fifth grade.
something that's
riding
not
all over
planned.
the city on buses, and
Yeah.
my girlfriend and I went on adventures.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
One of the things was you could get on right at the end of our block, got on a bus and went down Garfield Boulevard from 55th and Kedzie to State Street. It would turn on State Street and it went down State Street. You got off the bus on State Street. The bus went to the end of by the Chicago Theater and where Auntie Ann worked. The where the United Insurance Building is, just before the big bridge.
For sure.
And it turned around and started back on Michigan Avenue. So you slept all over the place. We went, the only place that had, every place else in the elevator had an elevator operator. But the Board of Trade, where they traded in millions of dollars worth of stuff, had an automatic elevator. And Sharon and I used to sit in that elevator, 2 fifth graders, and these guys were trading in millions of dollars. What floor, please? And we ran the elevator, and they just thought we were cute. Do you know, I slept all over from 5th grade on and never have any recollection of anybody making an untoward gesture or anything, you know?
I must have really been a dog then. They had, remember what the fare was? You could ride the bus. They had buses back then. Well, did you come in a little bit on the streetcar there? But they were getting into buses. 7 cents to get on a bus.
To ride the bus?
I think it was very cheap.
And then you got to transfer.
And you
Was
could
10
transfer.
if you got to
You could
transfer.
transfer all the way to the north side. North suburbs. They punched the trains. Did they charge you for the transfer?
I think they charged a
2
penny or
cents?
2 for a transfer.
2 cents?
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Our
Especially if
Chicago
your
days.
2 little girls try to schlep all over the city. Some guy gets off and throws his transfer on the ground.
Oh, you grab it.
Score!
You used to yell at me because you said we lived by the expressway and someone could hop on it. And
You know,
go.
some of the shows,
So I pulled that with Hannah when we were at Red Robin. You can see 49. Like, see that expressway? They could hop on it and be gone forever.
Mhm.
She looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
we paid 15.
Well, I hated to do it for both of you. I didn't do it for the other boys because it wasn't as dangerous, I guess.
What did you
I
do?
used to put you in the mirror and say, "See how gorgeous you are."
Yeah.
You know how much that I would watch you.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying people take kids. I don't know why, but they do.
Mm-hmm.
They take them and they take them away from their parents. Do not leave us.
You can't see me, you're too far away. You say that would hold your hand.
Never get a word in.
We were just talking about scaring the kids into, because it's scary out there now. The world is scary now.
Well, I think even Tim realizes he can't hang with the kind of people he has hung with before.
Yeah.
No, he don't have a driver's license. They took that away from me. When he took that away, you lose that. They dropped my car insurance.
Oh,
He lost his license. I lost my car insurance.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But the thing is, being a big shot, you got a ticket. Yeah, let's see what this is. Boom. Ooh. Hey, I'm the big shot. I ripped up my ticket.
Right.
And he ripped up his ticket and cost us thousands of dollars. Because I had a low price Geico insurance. They had it for 15 years. I was really mad at him. She said, really sarcastic, well, you can pay for having him get his license back. I know that's $500-600 to just get your license back. I said, no, I ain't never gonna do that.
I have to go make a phone call.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, sorry.